over 20 family-owned vineyards, and these are throughout Sonoma County. And just to give you an idea, families such as Greene, Young, Ledbetter have been working with Piper Sonoma for over 30 years. Friends, and welcome to Vinmaps Studio. I'm Suzi Perez, Vinmaps founder, wine lover, wine explorer, and wine map maker. And if you're not familiar with what we do at Vinmaps, when we're not creating wine tasting videos, we are creating beautiful, distinctive wine region maps. We even have a couple of spirits maps, namely a Kentucky Bourbon Distilleries map and a Speyside Scotland Scotch Whiskey Distilleries map. So they're available for perusing and purchasing on vinmaps.com 24/7. And these make great mementos and gifts for the wine lover in your life or the bourbon lover. And they look wonderful in your home or professional wine space. Today's video is the second of 3 in a short series where we are focused completely on sparkling wine, and in particular those producers that are in the United States. The first video, which I will link in the description for you guys, was all about Traveri Cellars, a beautiful sparkling wine house out of Washington State. And today, of course, we're focused on Piper Sonoma, a sparkling wine house out of Sonoma County, California. And then the third video will be all about a producer out of New York State. So for now though, let's get into this beautiful Piper Sonoma Brut. We'll be talking a little bit about the producer, where those wonderful grapes grow. We might even throw in a map or two, who knows. So pop open a bottle of bubbly or your favorite wine of the moment and join me. Piper Sonoma was founded by the Marquis in 1980, and they have direct descendant linkage generation-wise with the Piper family out of Europe, and they have a generational link and tie to premium wines and champagne in France and Europe as well. They have been making world-class sparkling wines in Sonoma for over 40 years. The vision of the Marquis was to craft world-class premium wines in the New World using old world classic techniques. The Piper Group chose Sonoma County for its diversity of vineyards and for sites very well suited for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir throughout the county. Head winemaker Keith Hawk has a long history of crafting premium sparkling wines in Sonoma County and has worked with Piper Sonoma for many years. At Piper, they focus on crafting premium wines with precision and great attention to detail. Their wines exhibit a balance between fruit expression, complexity, and texture. These can be enjoyed right away or may be aged further. And they focus on 3 wines: a Brut Sparkling, a Brut Rosé, and a Blanc de Blanc, or Blanc de Blanc, if you prefer. So just briefly, Sonoma County is extremely diverse geographically, geologically, and topographically, with it being situated, much of it being right next to the Pacific Ocean. You're getting a maritime effect there. Lots of onshore cool breezes filtering through mountain range gaps and valleys, and there's fog going on depending on the day-to-day, that it has very much a cooling effect. There's diurnal shifts going on due to elevation changes, different types of soils. They're growing over 66 varieties of wine grapes. So it's a very diverse and interesting, to say the least, place for growing wine grapes in California. So one of the reasons I love sparkling wine and champagne is just the incredible process. It's so painstakingly complex, and everything has to happen at a certain time in a certain way. The choice of the wines that are used in the cuvée, all of these things are very specific and precise, and it's fascinating to me. So for me, this is definitely like a little magic in the bottle and in the glass. And we'll get to that glass of sparkling very shortly here. So the Piper Sonoma Brut is considered their flagship wine, and it is composed of 70% Chardonnay, 20% Pinot Noir, 3% Pinot Blanc,
and 7% of their reserve aged blend. So the fruit that goes into this and their other two sparkling wines is sourced from over 20 family-owned vineyards, and these are throughout Sonoma County. And just to give you an idea, families such as Greene, Young, Ledbetter have been working with Piper Sonoma for over 30 years.
Okay, believe it or not, we're actually going to open this now and do some tasting. I'm very excited to try this. And it's really cool how they have a perforation toward the capsule and the cage here, making it a little bit easier to open up. A little embarrassed that I tore everything off in the last video. That may be worth watching just for that. You know, we all have our little quirks. Okay, and let's do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the cage. Turning the bottle. Whew, nice, that was a good one. Wow. Oh, I can smell it. It smells so good. Refreshing. Let's get a little citrus off of that, actually. And this is the crisp and fresh Karen McNeil glass. I like to use these glasses. Okay, I'm doing a healthy pour. Ooh, look at those bubbles. Gorgeous. We'll do a little more. By the way, it actually is my birthday today. So, yes, I'm working on my birthday. But you know what? This doesn't feel like work, especially when you're pouring such beautiful sparkling wine into the glass. So, here we have gorgeous Piper Sonoma Brut. Those fine, persistent bubbles there, I can see. Let's look at the color. Wow, that is a gorgeous, deep blonde, not peach, but almost like a browned nut of some kind. Excuse my description there, but that's what I think of when I see this. It's golden, a deep golden color. It's beautiful, gorgeous, persistent bubbles. See that? All right, let's taste. Smell, aroma. Crisp, bright, fresh. Getting some citrus notes for sure already. Okay, let's taste. They mention mandarin. Has some citrus for sure. Some green apple. Maybe some envy apple. A little bit of orange there. Wow, that is a very full, deep blonde color there. Flavor is mouth-filling and just velvety, beautiful. Long, elegant finish. Lovely acid balance there. Yeah, 20% Pinot Noir, 70% Chardonnay. And the Pinot Blanc. Delicious. And a little bit of that fine brioche note as well. Finishing What a beautiful wine. Well, I'm excited to have tried this, especially on my birthday. So, very cool. Okay, so I wanted to pour into this sparkling wine flute in conclusion to our wonderful exploration into Piper Sonoma's Brut Sparkling wine. One other thing I wanted to say about this, it is very dry, and there's definitely, oh, look at how the flute just, you can see those bubbles going. There are definitely some elements of lime, lemon zest, mandarin, maybe even a little bit of pear from what I'm getting from this. And I also wanted to say 6% of Sonoma County's 1 million acres are planted to vineyards. So this is a huge, expansive region with 19 American viticultural areas, by the way. And also 99% of Sonoma County's vineyard acres are certified sustainable. So I found that to be very interesting as well. A lot of complexity with this wine. It's beautiful to look at and wonderful to taste. So thank you for joining me today in our exploration of Sonoma County's Piper Sonoma. And I hope you'll join me next time when we explore a sparkling wine producer out of New York State. If you did like this video, if you enjoyed what you heard and saw, please consider giving us a subscribe and hit that bell button so you'll be notified when we release our next video. If you have comments or suggestions, if you've been to Piper Sonoma or you've had their wines, I would love to know more about that. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers, and we'll see you in the next one.